Check, check. Okay. There comes a time in every rider's career where the proverbial cliff seems to get nearer faster and faster. And no matter how much one tries to run away from the edge, some seemingly supernatural force just inches one ever so slightly closer to that edge, race after race. For Marc Marquez, Honda finally proved they can win without him. Therefore, where does that leave him? It's true that there are reasons for Marc Marquez to feel good about Alex Rins bringing in Honda's first win with a rider other than Marquez in several years. The victory by the LCR newcomer and Kota specialist is Honda's win number 313 in the Premier class. Marquez has accounted for not just 59 of those, but specifically the last 24 wins for the manufacturer, 289 to number 312. In those wins, the second best Honda, that being Cal Crutchlow a few times, Dani Pedrosa another few times, then Taka Nakagami, Paul Espargaro, Jorge Lorenzo, and Franco Morbidelli usually finished 6 to 7 seconds back in the field. To put it simply, it was incredible, an absolutely remarkable streak that put him in the company of other greats in the sport to have accomplished such a streak for their manufacturers, such as Giacomo Agostini, Valentino Rossi, Mike Halewood, and Kevin Schwantz. And it cemented Marquez's status as top dog at Honda, with no one really that close behind him. It also highlighted just how much Honda had come to rely on Marquez after old teammate Dani Pedrosa's front-running career came to a close. But unfortunately, you know how the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. And without failure, it did. That streak was always going to end. I mean, it had to, not just for Honda's sake, but for Marquez's. Because if other riders are winning on the same bike as Marquez, imagine the pressure being relieved from his shoulders, knowing that he isn't solely dependent on to win every race on subpar machinery. And maybe that would open up the possibility for Marquez to move on from Honda and start fresh at a different manufacturer. I mean, Marquez has mentioned this point before at the end of 2022, stating that at this stage of his career, and perhaps at any stage, he'd rather be on title caliber machinery, but being challenged from within, than being the undisputed king of a middle tier operation. Because I think we can safely say that for the last few years, Marquez has been a middle tier king at best, as Honda's bike has not been up to that championship standard. And though Marquez is unlikely to be suddenly convinced that his current Honda RC213V has the legs to take on the Ducati's Desmos Adichie GP23 over a full season, he should have a boost of confidence after Rins' win, knowing that he'd be in a fantastic position to pile more pressure over a suddenly vulnerable Pecco Bagnaia, who just can't seem to finish consecutive races. Maybe Marquez will soothe himself by suggesting the Austin weekend would have played out differently with him in place anyway, butterfly effect and all. Honda will probably wonder about how Marquez's title push may have looked right now had he stayed healthy, but as is the story the past few years, Marquez just can't seem to avoid hurting himself on track. However, the silver lining has been a positive one. Having capitalized on Suzuki's exit by snapping up both of its riders, Honda has already seen a massive dividend. The Honda bosses really appreciated Rins' results and hinted that they expect Joan Mir, who has not been as slow as the results suggest but clearly needs to catch up to Rins' adaptation, will come good soon as well. It is often said, though, that every success of the new riders reinforces the foundation. It helps ensure that not only does Honda finally look to have some semblance of long-term rider stability, but its metaphorical building will be left standing and in good shape if the unthinkable happens and the biggest pillar departs in the search of a place that can better guarantee him a shorter-term success. Their potential has been questioned, though, but for now, they've proved that their bike does in fact have something in it. But the inescapable fact remains that a significant amount of that questioning had come from none other than its lead rider, Marc Marquez, who for now is still the lead rider at Honda. But as he is now no longer the only one who can win, the question is, for how long? This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you have stuck around this long, hit that like button, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. Until next time, this is Moto Misha, checking out. Peace.